Greetings, beautiful soul, and welcome. So I'm going to switch around what I'm doing. I'm going to start these readings with the channeling light language, and then if there's any more exploration that's been asked, then I can pull some cards after. So let's take a breath and begin. So I'm just going to breathe and ask for my higher self and soul to connect with the divine ones, to assist with the collective, whoever is tuning in to this communication. Feeling the feet on the ground, and our hearts open, our minds clear and spacious. Asking to receive. Nias kod oetian ar kod oetia tiki ea. Mosueti ea kianat koetia. Slow down and breathe. Tokoye. So the messages I was receiving was a simple one, and I'm going to keep asking for any more information on this, is that as our hearts open and we connect more and more with unconditional love, those barriers, those wounds, the trauma that we've carried for ourselves and each other will be uplifted and cleared. And so many of us are feeling that mixture of heartache. It's a funny one because we can cry tears of joy. No kut oet I ar kut oetianat kiana pat arukoi. And I'm receiving a divine feminine presence that's coming through. And I'm being told it's Quan Yin. No shokoyetia. And she's saying she's holding a chalice, a crystal clear chalice. No koyetia. And she wishes to pour forth a crystal clear transmission to assist us opening our hearts, softening into that and allowing ourselves to be quenched, drenched, purified and cleared. We are in the time of receiving. And the other message I was also receiving is love, and I know we hear this, and maybe we not always are feeling this, but love is the most powerful of all, because love is creation and God, source. No od ur koyetia. So quieten the mind, soften the hardened heart. No koyes iat ur kotoyetia. Na ar kot osh kodo kodetia. Na at I kot oyetia nada. We each have a song to sing. We each have a divine purpose. We each are divine. Mok od oyetiat arkokoye. Allow ourselves to sink into these blessings. Allow our bodies in this remembering of who we truly are. Listen to our bodies, the libraries that we are. Quan Yin is saying, I am here for you. I and the dragon, your dragon. I'm seeking a word to describe what she's relaying to me. She was saying, I can be fierce for you, but in a soft way. We are not on our own. And so the most powerful messages are the most simple ones. Do we feel worthy? And the complexity can say so much and convince us that we may feel worthy. But worthy in certain ways, within certain agreements, within certain ideas, certain beliefs, thought structures, worthy of certain realities, communications, gifts, relationships, lives, ways of being. We can convince and be convinced of we are only worthy of so much or of so little. And so as I've been with all this, I feel that ache in my heart and a joy within that, hence the tears of joy. It's time for us to take a breath and pause. We have worked so hard. That phrase. So imagining, sensing, feeling that chalice is clearing through our central pillar, pouring blessings of love and abundance and health and joy, ease and grace and forgiveness, softness and strength, patience. The strength to speak our truth. And as I'm relaying this and tuning into this, I can feel all this energy filling the headspace. So, and that's now pouring down further. So just feeling any like heat, coldness, tingling. So there's a lot of programming that's being cleared. And allowing that to flow down at the back. Because often we will hold the history, the past, ancestral wounding behind us. And she's saying now we can look ahead because we are letting go and have let go of so much baggage behind us, those wounds, which she's saying actually are gifts. once we can turn around and face ourselves, which when we turn around is at the center of our being. Because when I was just in my inner vision turning around, there was no past, because we are dissolving that linear time frame. We only create linear time by not allowing ourselves to embrace our experiences, and in embracing, letting go. When we are not valuing ourselves, when we are not holding ourselves and each other, when there's that distortion, that inherited trauma, we actually hold on to the emotions, the beliefs, the programming, the karma, the trauma. It's that paradox. When we embrace, we let go. When we open, we receive so much because there's more space. Do not worry, she says, on trying to figure out who I am, trying to put names to who I am. Trust your sense, your intuition, your heart, and she's saying your heart longing, your heart, your feeling, your knowing, your heart intelligence, your soulfulness. The labelling, the fear-mongering is a distraction. She's saying it again. You need not concern yourself, though many do, about where I have come from or where other divine beings, ascended ones, have come from and who they are and what names they may be called or who may have worshipped them or not. No, that is a programming, that is a distraction. You are more than your name given to you. You have a soul vibration that is you, and that is vast. You are vast. And so I ask you to slow down your thinking, your thoughts, so you can feel me close by. And you have choice, because you are sovereign. And the more you embrace me, this is what she's saying, then you embrace the archetype of me in you. But I am more than an archetype. You are more than a name, and so am I. Names have power, they have vibration, they have sound. I was asking a question then about the origins of human, and I had that phrase humankind. Kind is a lovely word. And she says that's, yes, in one way is important and in another can be a distraction. And I was just arriving at some information and it was a bit tentative because we are on the cusp of being revealed to us and revealing to others more information about who we are. But we need to arrive at a certain space, vibration, confidence, clarity, objectivity, emotional maturity to understand what she is, or what they and me and you and we will be revealed and revealing. Because there is the physical reality and physical truths. So there's mind and body and spirit. I can speak from the mind, but I can feel from the heart, and I can express emotions from the body and feel emotions. That was I don't know whether you heard, that was my little one, Bella, having a drink. And I think she's really thirsty, so I'm going to have to give her a little bit more water in after this. So we can get trapped in the reality of the human mind and believe and think that is the sole truth. Equations, numbers is only one bandwidth. So for instance, there's this experiment that people have been, while taking had a brain freeze. Is it mind-altering drug? And they do add it to some ayahuasca in the West, so just to create more visionary experiences for the Westerners. And and you're probably going, it's everyone knows what it is. I've just got a brain freeze about it. And there's this like red ray colour, beam of colour ray that you can then shine into a flat wall surface. And when you're in this altered state, which is a chemical drug, so it's not plant medicine, it's come through is it LSD? So it's been made in a laboratory, and it creates that altered state, which you can reach through other means, through plant medicine, through drumming, through fasting, through pilgrimages. There's other ways of meditation, other ways of reaching that altered state. We go into those altered states when we're lucid dreaming, in between sort of wake and sleeping. So there are other ways of moving into that space. When we take a chemical substance, that chemical has a vibration and has an identity, has a lens. And through that lens, people have been able to see what they say is the matrix, and it's seen as numbers and very much sort of like a computer might view reality. And some are saying that is the true reality. However, that is through that particular lens and that particular vibration. Yes, that is a perception of the matrix, but through that lens. It has a particular vibration. So that's a lengthy explanation of what she was relaying. So that she's saying, she wants us to be able to, she's encouraging us to feel more confident in our own particular lens, our own particular perspective that's needed, rather than the homogenous way that we've been programmed, taught in school. It made things smooth running in some ways, being able to function. However, we're moving away from that. That's too constraining now, because those other ways of perceiving are switching on for many, and many have also had them switched on, but they've had to be undercover, very much like me. My generation, I'm 58. There's many like me that were self-aware, had a lot of awarenesses, like I had memories of past lives when I was younger. I didn't forget. I had so many out-of-body experiences, and all sorts of things happened. And I knew that those around me, my family, fellow children in schools, other adults, they didn't have that experience, and I kept quiet about it. And also I've come across certain groups of people and individuals who have been scared of that. Even though I never spoke about it, they would pick that up. They would have like a 10 eye and go, oh, that they could feel it. They could feel that I was existing in a different vibration. So she's wanting us to feel loved and held. She's bringing in that transmission. With that transmission was soothing, that light, wonderful like waterfall. But there was a crystal clear. There was something being held with that cup. And I do feel this, the Holy Grail energies have been really moving through these recent days. She's asking us to really breathe into our heart space and then also connect with our root. And so we have those three chakras, the root, the heart and the crown. And the heart is at the centre. And we are that sacred cross. And again, I'm feeling the energies pouring down, because we are all channels. So I'm going to pull, I think, a card each now from, I've got 2 oracles and 1 tarot. And then I will complete. So thank you, Quan Yin, for all the healing energies and the transmission. Whoa. I like doing it this way round. Silence. And we got the Sphinx there. I've met the Sphinx a lot in the Galactic Gateways Guardians, and they came also when I've got a journey activation that you can get on my website to meet the Akashic records and the source of all the goddess Maya, one of the Palladians, and the Sphinx of part of guarding that gateway to Maya. But silence, and they do see to your soul, don't they? The Sphinx, they to pass through that you're tested. But it's interesting they're saying silence here, so you can talk, make noise, distraction, but the Sphinx will hear truly who we are. So we're being asked to really listen to who we are. 35. I think my neighbour's doing some DIY, so there might be some banging. Okay, I'm going to read from the book because it's really, really good. Silence is the soul's true homeland. It is the powerful transformational space within us that mimics the magic of the cosmos and its limitless potentiality. Like nature itself, it can be simultaneously relaxing and stimulating. Again, like water. It is a space of contemplation. I think that's a word that's needed in these days, times, and not necessarily used so much. It is a space of contemplation and dreams where our minds are led toward the mystical and intuitive, to mingle our own thoughts with the inaccessible, uncanny communication of nature. So we're because the Sphinx, they have that boundary of like paradox, and the questions they can ask is sometimes confusing for our minds. In the nourishing shadows of silence, in the nourishing shadows of silence, we often fear silence. Our minds creatively, so here's another way of moving with this, our minds creatively tease out our futures, dance with our past, and mischievously and benevolently inform the person we are. Benevolence. This supreme silence, so it's very divine, sacredness, is where we know ourselves precisely. There's no willingness, no confusion, no muddlement, no grey. It's precise, crystal clear. The ambitious artist of ourself, which is the single most astonishing thing about us. We are creator beings. So the words are unity, enlightenment, harmony, composure, and artist. Oh, this is so spot on. Okay, let's get one more card. Choice of 3. This goes very nicely. Rest. Same one we had before in the previous reading. That beautiful waterfall. The rainbow colours there. It looks like the moon. Time to pause, time to rest. And my finger's right by. It looks like an eagle maybe. It looks like maybe it's the sun and the moon actually. I think that might be the sun and the moon I've just seen. She's got a beautiful flower in her hair in the mountains. Time to take a rest. We've worked, like Quan Yin was saying, we've worked so hard. Time to lay down our burdens and receive the gifts, knowing that what we're carrying is really a lot of treasure. Oh, and they wanted 3. Let's see now. We are stars. Time to shine. Show the way. Divine inspiration. Born of stars, made of stars, stars are we. You're a star. Interesting, isn't it? We have that phrase. Oh, Queen of Cups. That feels so what Quan Yin. Look at that. So often she is shown in the Rider-Waite tarot. This beautiful queen sitting on a throne and holding this cup, the Holy Grail. And seen a beautiful blue, but we've got the pink and the blue there, and the cup in receiving the energy. Stillness, that's so still. Emotional maturity, but more than that, it's emotions are gifts, but being in divine flow, harmony, balance, lucidity, precision, unity, consciousness, the powerful divine feminine. We know ourselves, no matter what form we are in, male, female, whatever we may feel we are, that divine feminine. And then the 7, sacred 7, we've got 7 of cups and the 7 chakras, all in harmony, all in flow, receiving divine inspiration. Co-creators, we have choice. We've arrived at choice because we've cleared so much. We have no longer in that linear time structure going along like that. We've been able to go full circle, the Ouroboros, come to the center that embraces everything. We are the circle. We are inner and outer. So we realise the past is also the future the past. Let's see what she says. 7 of Cups. Choices, dreams, opportunities, seeking discernment. What feels most true to your heart right now? This is not the time to rush or chase every sparkle. Instead, pause and reflect with care. Among the many possibilities, one will begin to draw you in with a aligning pull because it resonates naturally with who you are. Stay focused on what truly matters to you. And I love that word matter because we're in the physical, but the physical has a soul vibration. We're soul. So what matters? Stay grounded beneath all the fantasies. So this in the again rider weight would be somebody kind of often sort of delusional, or we can use our imagination to create, but we can also be lost in that. But how this image spoke to me was yes, choices and dreams, like she was saying, and not getting again, I go back to that example about the red beam and taking the drug. Some of us can feel get addicted, attached to the highs, a spiritual high, especially in the world, and where it's hard to live in at times. If we're suffering, it's challenging to have to work Monday to Friday or Monday to Sunday, long hours. Within the system, it can be very tiring, exhausting, and I think a lot of us have had many lives, and we see that exhaustion that in the system that keeping people in survival mode. And so when we are opened and feel the true vibration of creation and who we are and that unconditional love, we want more of that. Of course we want more of that. But we can be seduced down, feeling we can only access that if we keep taking those spiritual highs, be that going to festivals, be that whatever. There's many ways. So take a breath and let your inner compass shimmer, and it will show you the way. I was talking to a beautiful soul today and was sharing that as I was walking in the woods, I was thanking the woods and the spirit of the woods for being there for me and really nurturing and nourishing and holding me through many challenges. And as I was saying this, a butterfly landed on my hand. It's just absolutely beautiful. Such a blessing. That butterfly exists in reality, in the physical, but it also is a soulful being and a spiritual messenger. And I can enjoy that, all of that. And I felt the light touch of its feet on my, I don't know, feet, it's on my hand. And so when we allow that spirit, that access to soulfulness, that beauty, then we're in abundance, because this is in a way some call 5D New Earth. It's where we are now, who we are. The beauty is subtle and quiet, butterflies are just amazing. But I could feel the touch because everything was so quiet. So that's the message from today. So our hearts are held, we are seen, we are nourished. All is so loved in beauty. So sending these beautiful vibrations outwardly, and inwardly. And thank you so much for being you, and many, many blessings. And I look forward to sharing again. Okay, bye-bye.